This episode of Lifehacker is brought to you by Gazelle.
Welcome to Lifehacker. Those slow summer months are over and now it's officially time to get back to work. We're going to ease back into your work and productivity schedule, move your stuff to the cloud so you can access your data even from your cubicle, and degrease your trackpad and keyboard. Sound good? Let's get started. So it's time to get back to work, but if you feel like your productivity system is still at the beach, there's a few things you can do to ease yourself back into your productivity work schedule. If you can, take a few afternoons off or just leave a little bit early. If that's not an option, just start with a single step. Pick one thing at a time and focus on it. Go through your important emails and whatever. If you find out that you're sort of the bottleneck in a project, identify who might be better suited to tackle it and delegate. Also, you can just give yourself more time. At this point, a lot of people are getting back in the swing of things, and if you can change the deadline on something, go for it. Finally, just focus on your reboot. You're gonna have to maybe turn off your cell phone, turn off your little dings and notifications and reminders, and just focus on one thing at a time until you get back into the swing of things with work. You'll find more helpful tips for easing back into work at the link below. And don't worry, the holiday vacation season will be here in no time. In the meantime, Whitson, get back to work.
So when people say the cloud, they usually mean storing your documents, music, and other data on the web so you can access it from any computer.
One thing that's really great about the cloud is now that we're getting back to work, you can actually access a lot of those files and data that you would normally only have access to at home. Here are some of our favorite ways of taking advantage of the cloud. One of my favorite uses for the cloud is backup and sync, so you can actually put all your files from your computer online using a handy service like Dropbox or SugarSync or Carbonite, and then you have your files available whenever you need them, especially in case of emergency. Another great use for the cloud is printing. You can use services like Google Cloud Print, or you can print via Dropbox, something we've previously mentioned, so you can print your files ahead of time and then pick them up when you get home.
A lot of us like to use BitTorrent to download large files, but if you're away from home, you can't necessarily use someone else's computer to use BitTorrent. Luckily, if you find a torrent that you want to start downloading at home, you can send it to your home BitTorrent client with Dropbox. In addition, if you have the web UI set up for your home client, which we've talked about before, you can add a new torrent right from the web interface. You won't have the files right away, but they'll be ready for you when you get back home. Those are just a few basic ways to take advantage of the cloud. Check out lifehacker.com for more.
Tools are an important part of your work. Here's a simple tip to keep them rust-free. You know those silica packets that you find in electronics and other packaging? Well, they actually keep things dry. So you can take a few of them, save them from your packages, toss them in your toolkit, and it will help keep things dry and rust-free. You can also use things like rice for this. You would have to change it every now and then. But yeah, it's a good way to keep things rust-free and operating as they should be. This week on Lifehacker, we ran down how to make your to-do list more doable. To-dos are easily overwhelmed with bulky, vague tasks that make it hard to check anything off your list. You can hone your list by writing direct, actionable items like email Jane and ask what dentist she goes to instead of the more general, find a new dentist. We covered several other tricks for rebooting your to-do list, so check out the post for all the details. Next up, we went in depth on how to find the best prices when shopping online. By understanding seasonal pricing and knowing which deal sites to keep your eye on, you can usually find almost any item you want with significant markdowns. We ran down a few of our favorite tools in the post, so check out the site for more. Finally, we ran down a comprehensive list of great alternatives to crappy Windows software. First, we asked you to share your most hated Windows apps, then we rounded up the worst and offered better alternatives, the kind that won't make you want to switch operating systems. From antivirus to media playback to instant messaging and beyond, check out the post for the full list. If you or a careless coworker inadvertently marked up a whiteboard with a permanent marker, all is not lost. You can actually clean off the whiteboard by just scribbling over it with a dry erase marker. So as you can see, not coming off, but if you take the dry erase marker, scribble over, and then erase, the permanent marker magically disappears.
It's time to thank our sponsor, Gazelle. Look, it's pretty simple. We all have gadgets, gizmos, and games that we want to get rid of so we can buy new gadgets, gizmos, and games. Well, there's good news. The guys at Gazelle, they want to buy your old stuff. Gazelle buys more than 200,000 kinds of electronics, games, and movies at fair prices. They pay fast, and then a lot of times they even pay the shipping. That iPhone 5 is just around the corner, and the same goes for that new Android Nexus phone running an ice cream sandwich. Well, your old phone is never going to be worth more than it is right now, so go to gazelle.com right now to lock in your price. It couldn't be simpler. Just go to gazelle.com, see how much your stuff is worth, and get paid.
I don't know where your hands have been, but chances are there are pretty few good clues on your computer. Your keyboard and your trackpad on your laptop can get pretty greasy when you are using it all the time, but the best way we've found to clean it up is with a Mr. Clean Magic Eraser. And they're really easy to use and pretty cheap. You just need to basically get it wet, pretty wet. And then after it's fully soaked, wring all the water out that you can. Maybe gently. And then once you've got that, you can take it to your computer and just wipe off any of the greasy spots. You can just go ahead and use a fair amount of pressure when you're doing the trackpad. Not too much, but enough so that you can push the grease off. And then when you're on the keyboard, just give it a few wipes, and then do a little extra work while you're working on highly used keys like the space bar to just make sure you get any greasy spots off. And what's really great about these is in addition to being able to clean your keyboards and trackpads, you can also use them on things like shoes or pretty much anything. They work to clean off a lot of dirt and stains, and you can reuse them. You just, when you're done, wash them.
Alright, it's time for the downloads of the day. Let's see what we've got. First up, if you're a Google Chrome user who's often distracted by time-sucking websites, Stay Focused can help you, well, stay focused. It sets a global time limit for your favorite distracting web pages and cuts you off when you've had too much. If you're interested in automating some tedious tasks on your computer, Belvedere for Windows and Hazel for Mac can help you out. Both apps let you set rules and actions, such as move all ping files on the desktop to a specific folder, so you don't have to bother carrying out these actions manually. If you're a developer in the market for a new programming text editor, Komodo Edit is a nice option for Mac, Windows, and Linux. It supports a wide range of scripting languages, allows for plenty of customization, and supports third-party extensions. Finally, if you're looking to get things done on your mobile, we've got app packs for both Android and iPhone that can help. This includes everything from computer to phone interaction, task management, notifications, note-taking, and more. Check out the relevant pack for your mobile operating system for lots of options.
That's it for this week, so stop this video and get back to work. We'll see you next time.